Welcome to Trading Lounge and the indices. Starting with the S&P on the weekly chart here, we've got wave 1, 2. We're going all the way up here for wave 3. In between wave 2 and 3, we're looking for 5 waves of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Between 4 and 5, we're also looking for 5 waves as well. So we will be looking into the next degree down, the daily chart here. Picking it up from this wave 4 here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. The ABC appears to be finished at this point here, and we'll be looking for 5 of 3 up here somewhere. Pay no attention to the actual price here, but we'll just count the structure as we go. So picking it up from this particular low here on the 1000 tick area here, let me just get a bit more data into this here as wave 3 up here. We've been working down as 5 waves for wave A and a B here. A little bit messy, I know. And then wave C here for wave 4. And this is a CFD product that we're looking at here. So it will be picking up the cash and the futures market, but the cash market kept a very clean low off this one here. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. Probably 3 and 4 and 5, but we could also put this as a wave 1 and 2 here as well, but basically building for the first leg to the upside here. So we can look at this, copy this here as 4 and 5 here for this, and we can look at this as wave 1 and wave 2 over here. We'll do more work on that later. Let me just take that off, and so you get the picture here basically. So we'll be looking at, I'm not sure how this wave 4 will play out here, but wave 5 and then wave 4 here and wave 5 up here, and then an ABC pattern here, and then pushing up at this point here. So we got the ADP figures came out today, so there will be a bit of a lead into Friday's non-farm payrolls as well at this point. The Amazons of the world kick the market to the upside. So Amazon earnings here, and Nvidia and AMD and all the rest of them pushed up quite nicely as well, securing a nice low in for the markets. And coming over to the NASDAQ here, we're looking at this particular pattern coming down off the top here as an ABC wave for a W and an X, and an ABC pattern here. You could put it as an ABC, as an A and a B and a C here. The proportions don't sort of run out that well. So we're looking at this move here as 5 waves up, and this will be the same sort of move that that most of those tech stocks are having, Nvidia and Amazon. So if you want to pull those apart, that's where it's coming from. And the buying opportunity here, if you wanted to pull back in, would be buying the dip back in here. So even though you may not know where the top is going to be at this particular point in time, it's hitting supply over here, and the 5 is the second strongest number, so not so much the 19 but the actual 500 here, psychological. So that will be up here. So when you do see it drop here, all you need to work out is an ABC pattern, and the ABC pattern for wave 2 here should be really quite simple if you can get your head around it. It'll be 5 waves for the A wave, 3 for the B, and then another 5 for the for wave 2, for this wave 2 low here as an A and a B and a C, a 5, 3, 5 structure. The first impulse wave up here is what you're looking for, and you really want it as whichever impulse wave you can get is fine, doesn't matter what degree, because this one here will have 5 waves in it as well. But if you can't decipher that, well then it's no good to you. So but as soon as you can recognize 5 waves, there'll be a pullback at that point in 3 waves again, and then that would be the safe long trade at that point. You can buy it back here if you can verify that this is an impulse wave here, because an impulse wave here will give you another 5 waves over here. So basically you can move your stop from here to here and halve your risk at that point. So it's really more of a management thing rather than buying the low here, because if we get this wrong here, for some instance we could be I'm just shooting the breeze here, but if we looked at this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here, we could come down from that point. I'm just saying it doesn't appear to be that way based on stock and also the S&P as well. So it's a slim chance, but just pointing out that we don't always get things right. So the more that you can build, trust in what you're looking at, the better off you're going to be. Over to the Russell here. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and we're going all the way up to wave 3. So between wave 2 and wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves. It's a bit of a dodgy journey, this one here. Let me just clean some of these levels off here. So basically we've got this little wave 1 and 2 in here, blue 1 and blue 2. So we're going all the way up here to blue 3 and blue 4 and then blue 5 of that there. Between 2 and 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then we're building up into 5 waves here to make that 3, 4. So we're basically in what we call, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to a trend, and we're in the ending of this particular wave 3 from this wave 2 here. So we've got the beginning, the building process, the middle, and then the ending process. So we're in what we call 4s and 5s, and it's better just to not get emotional and react, because there's going to be times in wave 4s here that you won't know what's going on, because they can get complicated. So the idea is just to leave it be, and the trend is fine at this point. So we'll just lift the stop up to here, and we've covered most of these, and we won't add again at this point, but we'll just let it go at this stage. So anyway, that's looking okay. And to the European markets and the DAX and the FTSE, and the DAX has been a bit of a dog's breakfast in its particular wave 4 here, but I think that now it's big and it's ugly and it's matured, and it's highly likely that it's completed and will follow the S&P higher now. So if we look at this here as a W and an X and a Y here, finishing in 3 waves here, then we can look at building an impulse wave off the low here. Now there's different ways to do it. I could just put wave 1 here and wave 2 here for this. We need 5 waves here. We need to take out that top here, so we need to be higher up. And markets sort of have a bit of psychology to them. So this number up here would be something that, once traders can sniff that there's a breakout occurring, then they focus on the closest largest number, and this will be it at this point. Obviously there's other numbers here like the 19 and so on, but so we'll just see how to build this here. I'm not going to rush it, so we might look at this as a smaller wave 1 and 2 in here. So even though we don't know what's going on, we need to look at building a position in here now. So from the daily chart to 1000 ticks here. So as I mentioned, I've got this here as wave 1 here, but I might need to put this over here for this and put this wave 1 here. It doesn't matter. All we're looking for at the moment, this level here, the 18,500, 5 being the second strongest number, we want that it's been resistance, and now we want it as support. So we're just basically using this high above the level here to go long on at this point. So just keep the stop out of the way, and we should be good to go on the DAX. And the FTSE is much the same as well. It's also been quite a complicated correction here for wave 4. It's pulled back to the 38.2%, and obviously it's you can see that it's making a nice clean break to the upside. So markets can have little spurts, and then they can slow down and get stuck in the mud for a while and all sorts of things, but it's certainly showing a reasonable sort of powerful move to the upside here. And obviously this level here, the 8,300, the 300 is the top of minor group 1 of 8,000, major trading level 8, and now that it's got support on this level here, which was the resistance before, so it's got kind of a clean flag to move higher now. Obviously the previous high here will be which is also at the 5 here, the 8,500. So just using Fibonacci's a price ratio over here of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then we can look at group 2 when we talk about 8, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's moving off quite nicely, and let's just go to the 1,000 tick area here. So off this wave 4 here, it did catch me out here actually, and it caught me out because I thought that this was actually 5 waves down here, and I was looking for a B wave and then a C wave over here. So I got dumped on that wave, but you can see here now, if I just now that I've jumped on my sword here, we'll have to put that in here, and we need to build this process up here now as well. So we can see this as wave 1 and 2 here, and we got a nice third wave here. I might be able to get another 1 and 2 out of here. I might be able to put that on the top there. I'll need to sort of need to have a look at that a bit closer, but we'll just get it into some sort of shape here, and then you can monitor it and reshape it as you go. So basically what I'm pointing out here is there's 5 waves here. This could be here, and if this pushes up here in 5 waves, then you'll know that it's this one here. But this little dude in here, this 1 and 2 here. Oh no, that's it. Yeah, that's good. I got it. I saw it. Yeah. If I can see it, that's cool. So yeah, I could put that there, or I could get 5 waves pushing up here, or one more little top here. Not quite sure. But the thing here is we're looking for this ABC pullback here. So in a way, it doesn't really matter if we push up here somewhere. I mean, wave 3's got the extension in it, so wave 1 and wave 5 could be roughly the same. So that could actually be there. I don't know, and it could push up. But whatever happens, you don't need to do anything right now. What you want to do is just wait for some type of correction that's going to pull back and retest. It's retesting this high here on this little pullback, but this move here, so stochastics are down here, so we'll probably push up here. Oh no, that's come down a bit fast. Anyway, you'll see it waiting for this sort of little pullback here. So Thursday today, I haven't actually looked at what news events are in there. I know the the Feds and Amazon reporting and the ADP figures, but they'll and the NF non-farm payrolls coming in on Friday. I don't know what's on Thursday, but Thursday is sort of known for its bear day, so I think we could just wait for that there. Okay, over to Australia, and we've had a nice little move up, and this market is dominated by the banks, and yeah, I mean, really, we've only got banks and mining. We're a bit sort of backwards in a lot of the ways. We never really, it's only venture capitalist companies starting up, sort of now supporting Australian sort of industry. So it's been pretty lackluster on that thing. So we've only ended up with mining and banking or housing, really. But when the mining and the banking are on the same page, like when we're seeing a weaker US dollar, and we are seeing a weaker US dollar because we're seeing yields push down, bonds push up, so we'll see that US dollar push down. We'll see the Aussie rally. I don't know if there's any carry trade from going on at the moment, but yeah, certainly seeing the banks push up. So anyway, it's just waffling here, so it's driving this market. So we can look at this here. Let me just sort of put Humpty Dumpty together. We've got that other little 1 and 2 here. I might be able to bring that over to here, and that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks about right. This little bit dodgy here. I don't know if wave 4 is going to get a bit more complicated here. Do you know what I mean? Like as an A and a B wave here and a C wave here. I'm not quite sure about that. Has made a little high here, but it's not really reflecting 5 waves. So I'll put that up there out of the way, and then I'll just copy this over here and this to here, and they'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at this point. So that can give us the top of this 3, 4, and 5 up here. Do we have a wave 5 up there? No, we can put one up there. And this will be part of a bigger move to the upside here. And, we're moving up through group 1, 2, and 3 here. So if we get support on this number here, then we're going to be separated from this and we'll be pulled up higher at that point. So this will be the pathway to the upside. So there's no need to do anything at the moment. When we look at our banks, this is going to take us a little bit longer. This is Westpac here, so we can push this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, yada yada yada. So we're going to be pushing up. I don't know what that D is there, but definitely see something like this. So we've got a fair bit of time to the upside here. I mean, when you think about this a little bit, this from this low here, this 1 and 2. I mean, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2, third. No. I mean, we're definitely going to get some sort of classic trading levels pattern across this, across that 30 here in that. But basically, this here, right through here, that's the halfway mark so far. This took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, 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 blah. So you could probably put that over to this side. I'll just look at Combank, because Combank is 10%, 8% of the ASX. So this could be 2 or 4 here, but we'll come back to, don't need to go to there now. I just want to have a look at this here as one, this is the leading stock really, so 1 and 2. I could put 1, 2 here, then look at that 1, 2, 3. I could shorten that up a little bit, okay, noted. But 3, and we'll just like, this has got to line up with the S&P, see that little dude up here? So that's got to be there, so we can remove that, that's not going to be there. We'll put that wave 4 there, this here, and wave 4 here, and that's basically it really. So we'll be doing, it's this wave 3 here. We want to tie the S&P into this way, into this, the S&P into this particular move, into this primary wave 3 here, and also this market and a lot of and the DAX and all of those as well. So we can remove wave 2 here and put wave 4 here, and this really needs to be wave 3, so we need to make that a bit dominant, but I'll just put that there and put these here just so it reminds me that I had them there, and I'll need to sort of just double check and take this market on its own merits. But the reason for looking at this is that we still got further to go, but at the same time we're going to be, these are all 1s and 2s, right, and into 2s and 3s. These are going to be 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5. So we're going to get into a whole lot of, a bit of a maelstrom in a teacup with all of this here. So, but at the same time, we can sort of focus on this 150 here for a target area here, and this will end up being a classic trading levels pattern too at this level here, and this will be in line with the S&P. So coming back over to here, we'll be able to probably need to look at this here as at least 1, 2, 3. I'll double check all of that later, because there's a couple of different ways we can look at all of this. If we go back to we had 2 ways of looking at this. One was this way on the 20k, the triangle sort of pattern here, which I kind of like, brings us into that wave 3 here. So we've got to count 5 waves up here into this. So this works, but when the S&P gets to this number here, that's when this is all over. So we'll just try to fit it in. So this is one way of doing it. The other way was this way, which is a little bit longer, but might be okay too, Might be okay. This is why I was putting that wave 3 there, So this is kind of good too, actually. I thought the other day it was not going to be good, but I think it's probably about coming back on the scene as a number 1 count again as well. So I mean, the DAX and the FTSE had wave force over here, and so do the rest of the markets. So it's probably over here. But I mean, they've just come out of theirs, so we've got a fair, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep mulling it over. All right. Sorry to bore you to death, but hold long. Hodl is the word. Okay. Cheers.